It was really fun to see, okay, I can do this. Thrilling, I guess, would be more my word for it, because I just... Thrilling. It was exciting to see that my little bit of effort and time paid back.
Welcome back to another episode of Success Chronicles, and this is probably the riskiest episode I've ever done. When the team sat down and we started talking about the next episodes and they said, we think you should interview your wife, I almost cut it just then. I didn't know how she was gonna react, but she's a good sport, she played along, and she agreed to sit down and let me ask her questions about the last 23 years that we've been married and what that journey has looked like for her. And then as she has finally delved into investing herself, I got to ask all the questions, a load of fun. I hope you enjoy this. I'm sure you won't be nervous, but I was nervous doing it. Enjoy. Okay, so this is probably one of the most unique conversations I'll ever have.
We'll see.
We'll see. One of the things, as I've been thinking about this conversation, is we've been married now for 23 years.
You sure?
I don't know, is that right? It's right. 23 years?
Yes.
Yeah, my math's right. And you've been pretty patient the entire 23 years. And I think so much in every relationship is about expectations. And when we got married, when we were dating and got engaged and got married, we were in college.
Yep.
And I sold you on the idea that I was going to be a professional business person. I think that at the time I was studying Japanese with the idea of either going to law school or getting an MBA and being in the Japanese professional business world. Mm-hmm. And that was your expectation when we got married. And somewhere along college, and that story maybe is better for a different time, I bailed on that idea, maybe kind of unilaterally. I don't ever remember sitting down with you and having a conversation.
You never asked for my permission.
No.
Yeah.
And moved away from that. It was like all those little tiny ventures that I started in college, from the fixing broken iPods to the network marketing company to finally dropping out and going into the real estate world. And the whole time, you never complained, but your world and the trajectory of our profession or our professional life completely changed.
Yeah.
What was your expectation, or what were you thinking as that change started? As I dropped out of school and I was focused full time on ventures. Do you remember what your thoughts were?
I think I just always felt like you were going to take care of it. That was your job. You were going to take care of providing for our family. And all the little things you did kind of showed me that you were scrappy, I guess. You were going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? But I still always joke that was the greatest sales job you ever did, because you pitched me on something completely different than what has ended up happening.
If I had graduated with a Japanese degree and gone back and gotten an MBA or gone back to law school, what would our life look like now instead?
I think you'd probably have had worked a lot more hours between now and then. Yeah, you've had pretty flexible jobs. You haven't missed anything major life events or anything crazy, and that might not have been the case, right? You might have been more tied to a desk, tied to a company, tied to business hours, where, that's not the case, which has been great.
Was there ever a time where you thought we maybe made a mistake? Was there
Probably.
a time where you were like, man, I wish you would have just stayed in school and gotten a degree and had a job?
I don't know that I've ever been okay, I'm mad at you because you chose this or didn't fulfill what you pitched me.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever thought okay, it's been a mistake necessarily. I think there's been times where I've been okay, we'll see if this one pans out or if this happens.
Yeah.
How it, what the traction is.
Yeah.
But you've always done something by starting something else on the side for the most part.
Yeah.
So you're always multiple things going on, right? Probably until tax and code.
Yeah, well, tax and code has just been a completely different direction for us. during that 23 years, I think I get really impatient with people. And I'm going to blame you for this. Because the whole time you've been really supportive.
I've had my moments.
You've had your moments for sure, but generally, like most of the things I don't ever remember even talking with you about. Like I would just start this little side venture or this little hustle, like Beard Perfect as an example. I don't remember sitting down with you and having a conversation about, hey, I'm going to start this beard products company.
I remember you saying you learned about Amazon businesses from like someone that you trained or someone that you crossed paths with. I don't remember how that happened, and you said, I think I might do it, like start one. And I was like, oh, okay.
But I don't remember ever like.
You didn't ask my permission.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Like, so when people are like, oh, I got to go talk to my wife or I got to go talk to my spouse, I sometimes lack empathy because it's so far not in my world. Like you and I don't have conversations about, hey, is it okay with you if I go buy this house or start this little side hustle or business? I got in trouble once.
Yeah. I mean, we have had some of those house conversations because you're just like, oh yeah, I bought another house.
By the way, I bought a house.
Yeah. I'm like, you need to tell me a little bit before that, maybe. No, I don't think I've ever even been like, oh, I'm mad at you that you didn't ask me first or whatever. I think it's just a level of trust that we've developed over time that as you've done all these things, like you've been able to provide for our family. So it hasn't really been like, what are you doing, Brian? You shouldn't do that.
I mean, the overall picture looks good, but there's those moments where I've made bad decisions where like not everything's worked.
That's true.
Like I've lost money on stuff. We've tried stuff that didn't work. What did you feel like then?
I think I probably was a little annoyed because maybe you had because you never asked, right? That I was like, you just went and did this and then maybe it didn't turn out well. Like, what about me? Like, why didn't you ever ask my opinion? Maybe I could have stopped you or said, maybe that doesn't sound like the best idea, right? I don't know. But I don't think I don't remember how I felt in the moment about those things because, like overall, I think for the most part, I've trusted you to take care of that part of our lives. And if you lose money, then you end up working harder to fix it.
To make more?
Yeah, to make more, I guess.
That's a funny perspective. I don't know that I've
It gives you a little more
way.
motivation, I think, to like fix it, right?
Yeah, and it's an interesting perspective or a thought because I think that came from within. Meaning like, I don't know that I felt like you were mad and so I had to make up the lost money. It was more of a personal frustration of, I lost that money, I have to go make it up. Yeah. But I wasn't worried about like Jamie's gonna be mad at me because.
No, I wasn't like, you can't sleep in my bed tonight because.
Yeah, our bed, by the way.
Our bed, whatever. Yeah, like no, it wasn't like anything like that where I yelled at you or was mad. It was just like more of a frustration, and I think it just gave you some inner motivation to do better next time or not make the same mistakes again.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that people often ask me about is you, and you. Maybe not intentionally, but just by, I don't say just the way that our lives have progressed. We have 4 boys and you've been the traditional stay-at-home mom, wife, our entire marriage.
Once we had I worked till the day before we had our oldest.
Right. But since then, like you've stayed at home and you've managed the house and the kids and everybody always asks about that. But what has that felt like?
I mean, it's just hard, long days, right? Like, so that saying the days are long, but the years are short, or the months are short, or whatever. Like, it goes by quickly, like we know. But it's just been long days, really. Like, where you traveled a lot for a lot of our marriage, working, and so it's long, hard days sometimes, right? But just what I know, what I do. Yeah. I don't know that I know too much different. Like, it's been 19 years.
Yeah. Of you not working outside the house per se. I get asked a lot about what your perception is of what I do. So I've never asked you that, but I get asked all the time. Like, what does Jamie think that you do? I know what like our kids.
Like in the tax lien code realm, or just in general, like what your days are, like when you leave the house.
Yeah.
You're pretty much on the phone.
Yeah.
All day long. Like I feel like that's
That's my thing.
That's your thing.
That's the kids' thing too.
You're filming a couple days a week, your management calls, all of those like scheduled calls that are on my calendar too, so that we can coordinate and run business as usual at home and with you. And so I feel like you're just busy, like you're on the phone, you're talking to people, like there's very little time that you are just sitting on a computer, right? It seems like, because you're just usually talking to, whoever it is, whether it's Ashley or Tax and Co people.
Yeah. What is your perception of the investment side? Like if somebody was to ask about, and I want to get to this in a minute, but before a couple months ago, you were never involved on the investment side. So if somebody would have said, what is your husband, like, how does the investment work? Or how does that sound? Like, what was your answer or perception?
I don't even know what I would say to that. Like, what does your husband do? Well, like, he buys rental houses and invests in tax liens. And like, I think I'd have a very blanket statement of like, that's what he does. And he has a team that helps him. And I don't know what else I would say about that, I don't think.
Okay, so the big question that I have, and that I've been stewing on for months now, is for the 23 years that you and I have been married, most of the ventures have been me. Like I've had partners and different people that I've done stuff with over the years, but you were never involved or interested in being involved.
Yeah.
And then Braden was the first one. He started buying tax liens with me, I guess in summer of 24.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this year you decided to buy tax liens.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Like you and I had never talked about it.
No, you've never asked me to do it.
I've never asked you. You've never asked me. You were never really involved or shown any interest in being involved.
Yeah.
What led the interest?
I think the interest was just you have taught, so you like Tax and Co's taught so many people how to do it. And I don't think I ever wanted to sit down with you and have you teach me, not not in a bad way, but I don't think I wanted to feel pressured about it. Like if you spent time to teach me and I decided not to do it or I messed up, I don't think I ever wanted to like necessarily tie it to you.
Okay.
That's kind of a weird idea, but I don't think I ever did want to tie it to you. So when there was an opportunity to learn from somebody else, and it's someone we know, like we've known Eric, right? Like who did the challenge for years. Yeah. And not saying he's a better teacher than you. That's not what I'm saying, Eric. But just that it felt like a safe space to learn it away from the pressure of being your wife.
Ooh, that's interesting. Because like you hear that often, actually, I think. Of like, okay, so interesting. So maybe background, because I'm sure viewers are gonna be like, what is she talking about? One of the things inside of Tax and Code that we firmly believe is we want everybody, all of our team to buy tax liens and to invest. And that starts at the very beginning person, whether they're entry-level customer support, just joining the company, all the way up through the entire organization. We have this huge focus on training and teaching our entire team how to buy tax liens. And so we did a company one.
Yeah. Friends and family.
Friends and family, where Eric Blackwell taught a challenge, a course, and we invited all of our internal team, but also their family and friends to come and to be trained. And so that was the challenge that you're referring to. So you jumped on a call, I think there was 3 calls with Eric?
Yeah, 2 or 3, I don't remember.
2 or 3. And Eric walked through the basics of investing in tax liens. Yeah. And so it wasn't me training, it was somebody else. And you felt more comfortable.
No, I think it was my brother and his wife decided to do it too. Right? They kind of asked about it. They jumped on. So it was like, okay, we did it together. It wasn't just like me. And then also it felt like it was a safe space, like just like a group of people, employees, company, family, and friends, right? Where it was like everyone maybe had a basic understanding or at least knew what a tax lien was before that. Yeah. And so it just felt like, okay, I could maybe do this and figure it out. And I asked you a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Braden a lot of questions.
I asked Braden a lot of questions. I don't think I sat there. it was hard to sit there with like the timing of it and the busyness of our family. I don't think I like sat and watched every single minute of all 2 or 3 calls by any means, but it was enough that I felt like, okay, maybe I can do this. Yeah. All these other people have done it. I can do it.
Yeah. Okay, so it's interesting. So you mentioned doing it with your brother and sister-in-law, his wife. So many people, like, I feel like I've been a lone wolf for a lot of things. Yeah. Like I've always been fine doing it by myself. It's always great to have somebody to work with, but why did having your brother and his wife do it with you? Like, what was it brought you comfort? Like, I'm curious what
we just got to chat about it, right? Like we were both kind of like in it together. So I had someone to talk to that was in my shoes instead of like you, who knows so much more about it than me. So it was like, instead of going like upward, it was just like a unilateral situation where like we all were like, laughing about something Eric said, or, it just felt like commonality between us.
It was fun because they've lived next to us for 3 years.
Yep.
And has asked questions off and on, but to see them finally invest and to see them get excited was exciting for me. How did it feel to you to see your brother and his wife invest?
Oh, I just thought it was fun. Like they kind of got to understand a little bit about what you do. I think that was like part of my reason of wanting to do it, was like, what does he do? What is this all about?
Yeah.
And to see them do it and make some money off it too, like just something else, like they can have another side hustle of, tax lien investing and add it to their portfolio. And who knows, maybe they'll do it again, maybe they won't, I don't know. But I think they liked it and it was fun to learn together.
So you invested in, it was primary markets in Florida. We timed it right around the primary markets in Florida so you could invest. What did it feel like when you got that first check?
It was exciting because I was just like, wow, okay, this did work, right? Like not that I didn't believe it would work, just more of like, okay, I could do it, right? Like, yeah, I can do it. I haven't brought in money to our financial family situation for 19 years, really. So I was like, okay. And not that like it's, making a ton of money that I, would replace an income or anything like that, but it was just like, okay, I could do this. This is fun.
Yeah. So interesting. You you got that first check and you're like, crap, it worked. Like you were surprised.
Just like, okay, it worked, and like,
and I could do it.
I could do it because my Braden did it. I'm like, okay, if my son can do it, I can do it. Why?
I mean, you've seen me do it for years, and maybe I haven't shared enough checks because they just come to the office and
I
they
don't
deposit
see them
it,
usually.
or they, What did it feel like to be like, oh shoot, I did it?
Yeah, it was just great. I was like, okay, like all of the success stories, all the students that I've met when I've come to some of your events with you or different things, like I've seen all of them do it. So I'm like, well, I should be able to do it too.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought it took more time and more effort.
Yeah.
Really wasn't that much time and effort on my part, and it was something that could fit into my lifestyle for that week or whatever, right? Maybe I definitely sat on my computer more than I usually do as a mom.
Right.
But it wasn't unmanageable or something I couldn't do. I just assumed that it took more time than it did.
Now the secret's out. You can ask what I'm doing at the office all day long. What did it feel like when your brother and his wife got their first check? When he sent that message with a copy of their first check, what did you feel?
I was just proud because I was like excited that they did it too, right? Like it worked for both of us. Like seeing it work for all these other people, why not us? And it could work, right? And so, and they are busy people. Like he's in his med school residency, and like they're busy. And they can do it too. Like I don't think I've seen it in so many different ways, and watching like your success stories and the people we've interacted with.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that there's anyone who couldn't do it.
So you've been around, so Tax and Code's been 5 years, actually just this month. We just hit 5 years. And so you've been around Tax and Code the whole time.
Yeah.
And what's it felt like to see all of these other people succeed, to watch the other Success Chronicles, but more than probably, I mean, other than maybe Josh, you're probably more aware and see a lot of stuff that most people don't. What's it felt like for you to see all of the people succeed?
I think it's cool. It's so fun that like so many people have been able to learn how to make some money.
Yeah.
And better their financial situation, right? And whether it's someone who's just doing a few or scaling it up like what you do, like there's so many levels and so many ways for people to do it that it's been really cool to see everyone find how they do it and what works for them.
What's next for you then?
What's next for me?
So our youngest is now full-time in school.
Yeah.
So this is the first time in our marriage, well, since Braden was born.
Yeah.
So I guess in 19 years, first time where you don't have a kid at home during the day. Mm-hmm. So youngest goes to school at 8:30 and then nobody's coming home until 3.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna keep buying tax liens?
I think I probably will. I think I'll probably keep doing like Florida's comfortable. I know like there is one county that I invested in that I don't plan on doing again. Just because not like from returns or anything like that, but I just hate that they don't have a portfolio to be able to like
online
check. So that's annoying. But other than that, like I think I'll probably do Florida. I don't know that I'm going to do other ones. I feel like you have that covered. And I think that's part of the reason why it took me so long to do it was just like, you do it. Like, why do I need to do it too? So I think I will. I don't know. I'll probably just have you tell me when you're like, hey, do this. But I'm familiar with what I know, the part of it that I know right now. So I'm like, I would feel comfortable doing it again in Florida. And so another state or whatever, maybe I need to learn a little bit more.
Maybe we need to do another challenge for the next state.
I mean, I'm competitive. I'm a competitive person. Yeah. So I don't even know, like you had prizes and whatever for it. I don't even know that I qualified or earned a prize, and that's not part of it. I mean, but it was competitive in me knowing that I could do it.
Okay, so it's funny you bring that up. I remember the day I was sitting in my office, and the day that the first auction was happening.
Yeah, it's Pasco County.
Was it Pasco? Mm-hmm. And you're texting me because you had submitted a budget and a deposit for Pasco, and you ran out of money.
Yeah, in the first couple batches.
In like the first couple batches. And so you're texting me saying, can I bid more? Yeah. Can I like increase my budget?
I'm competitive. Like I wanted to win more. Yeah. Right? And so like I was like, okay, I have all these other ones and these other batches, and now my money's gone. I ended up getting more than I thought, which was great. Like a good problem to have. Right? And so I was like, well, dang, I don't want to be missing out on those other batches. Yeah. So I texted you and be like, hey, I'm going to put more money into this.
And then you ran out of money like 2 or 3 times in that.
I upped it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you added more counties.
No, there were just ones that hadn't had their auction dates yet that I hadn't bid on. But I bid on more. But I won 89 in Pasco.
When you started, I think we ended up 10xing your investment budget. Do you remember? Like when you first started, you said, I'm going to invest this much money.
Yeah, probably.
And then I think we
pretty close,
10x'd
probably.
it.
Well, because I ended up doing like 10 counties.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to try it small. I didn't want to like blow it.
And then you didn't stay small though.
No, because I was competitive. I think I just got caught up in the excitement of an auction and watching it happen.
Yeah. What was so exciting about it?
I just was interested to see like at what interest rates I ended up getting them at. And like how many I could, like I really was just like, okay, well, how much money could I make with this chunk? Yeah. And you and I have talked about this. Like I've got a spreadsheet. Yeah. I'm tracking it pretty closely. I really want to see, because it's maybe something that you haven't always done as great of as tracking all of the little things. Mm-hmm. But I really want to see, okay, I have this that I invested. So what is the increase? How does it go down the line?
Yeah, I can't wait for the comments, because the comments are going to be like, well, how did it go? Like in 3 months, it's going to be like, well, what does your spreadsheet say? So we're going to have to like do a recap or something in a couple
of months. So I'm like, I kind of want to watch it. So I almost just want to like keep that money just in Florida and keep going. So I definitely still have a chunk of it out, but I feel like, okay, well, there's my pot towards Florida next year. So I want to see it go and grow and I still have a lot more to redeem. So it'll be interesting to see.
So the cool part is everything, when you set it up, everything that you bid on, has a minimum 5% penalty. So you've made like everything that's redeemed. So we're into August. So it's been 3 months and you've made 5% on a huge chunk, like 20% of your portfolio has already redeemed in 3 months.
Yeah.
And you've made 5% in 3 months. Like,
that's been great.
I'll take that all day long. I love the competitive side. Maybe you and Braden and I need to have a competition in Colorado.
Maybe. I mean,
we can set up some prizes since
the issue is our son had a higher budget than I did.
That's because he did it last year.
So he already knew, right? So it was just so funny because I watched him, and like I still like his spreadsheet. One of my spreadsheets is attached to ours that we share, and so I'm like I can see his, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like it does kind of drive me crazy that like he had like
more money than you.
No, he had like 70 redeemed this month or something, right? And I have like 15. Or whatever the number is. So I feel that competitiveness in me a little bit too. That I just have to keep saying it's all right. We didn't have an equal budget. Like I'm all right, settle myself, but I am very competitive.
Okay, so what is it? How do you feel watching Braden do it? I mean, to see your son come in and invest, like, because it's always just been me. Yeah. And now what does it look like or feel for you to watch Braden do it? I
think it's cool because I think it's like it feels to me like we're setting him up for even whatever else he does. It's gonna make me cry.
Oh, I failed. That was the goal.
I told you, don't make me cry. No, I just feel like we have him set up where even if he does, like he can chase his dream of baseball a little longer and be able to make some money, right? Like he has a really busy schedule for baseball. Chasing that dream, and so he hasn't had like a real job for a while. Yeah. Because it's just so many hours of baseball. He's always made money and always like side jobs. I mean, right? Like he mowed lawns and whatever, umpired, all those things, right? But he hasn't had like a full actual job, steady or 8 to 5 job or whatever, just because he's chasing that dream. So I mean, it's fun to see him be able to find something that fits in his schedule. And then he knows how to do it and he's making good money from it, right? Like, I mean, it's our money that he's investing currently. Like, and he finally did his own, like he did his own, which is cool too. Cause like his umpiring money that he saved forever, right? Like, and whatever, all his little jobs. So I mean, it was fun to see him decide to do his own money this year.
I think that was the coolest part for me because we have always set his and encouraged and maybe required when he was younger that he had to save half of his money.
Yeah.
So from the time he was a teenager mowing lawns and umpiring and doing whatever else, he always had to save half of it.
Yep.
And so the first year when I was like, okay, this is our money, and you're gonna learn and you're gonna invest, and I'll give you a chunk of the profit or a return. But this year when he said, okay, I saw it happen the first year. And I'm willing to take my entire life savings, half of the money I've made my entire life, and I'm willing to put it in myself. Mm-hmm. That was exciting for me.
That was pretty cool.
I actually got an email today for one of his redemptions for his money.
For his money?
It was kind of cool to see it pop in.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool. I mean, it's going to be interesting to watch our other children learn to do it, right? Because it's something that they're all going to learn how to do. And I think we're getting pretty close to the other ones wanting to do it.
Well, I failed.
You did fail. You made me cry.
But that wasn't where I thought I was going to make you cry. I didn't think it was going to be a question about, I mean, I guess it makes sense. A question about our kids is going to make you cry.
That's my world.
So it's been like 3 months that you've been on this journey. Sum up the last 3 months.
I think I was nervous to start for sure. Like we talked about Braden's green power box that he bought, and I was like, okay, what am I, like where I'm going to fail somewhere, like, right? It's inevitable. I don't think I've seen it. Well, I don't know. I think I've seen a little bit of it so far. Just like, I'm tracking all of the like months that they say like average redemption. And I had done my searches and there's a few that I'm like, that was not like, should not have been in my things that I bid on. So that's a little disappointing. So it's going to be interesting to see how long some of those would take to redeem. So I feel like that's my failure so far. So I think I was nervous, especially because I'm like, this is what you do. Yeah. This is what you teach people to do. Like if I failed, like that's big. So I think I was nervous about that. And maybe that was part of my hesitation and waiting. I don't know. I haven't thought about that till just now, but it was nerve-wracking. Like, okay, I did all this, like, and then seeing those first checks and like winning at the auction because I'm competitive. Like, it was great. It was really fun to see. Okay, I can do this. It was thrilling, I guess. Would be more word for it because I just
thrilling.
It was exciting to see that my like little bit of effort and time paid back. I could do it.
Yeah. It's funny that that's your perspective because you've been around it for 23 years.
Yeah.
How do you think that compares to somebody that's just starting? Like your world is different because you've seen me do it forever. You saw Braden do it over the last year.
Yeah.
How do you think it would feel if you hadn't seen it? Like if you were just brand new and you stumbled across taxing code and you're like, hey, I'm going to buy it. Okay, I'll try it. Mm-hmm. How do you think that your emotion, or how do you think the last 3 months would be similar or different had you just joined our class or learned off of, come to the class, learned, and then just done it yourself?
Well, I think the emotions have been similar. I feel like I had like a little bit of like a safety net or like a comfort blanket through it. I think I would have been a little more cautious in it of starting. Like, okay, maybe I wouldn't have been like, hey, I need more money. It's like, Brian, maybe I would have. Maybe the competitiveness would have still caught up with me.
Yeah.
But I think I would have probably tiptoed into it a little bit more, not having been as familiar with it or having that like...
A little more fear. Yeah.
I felt like I'm a little more confident, a little more comfortable being around it and knowing a little bit more than maybe the average person who just found taxing code. Mm-hmm. But I think the excitement and stuff that the instructors build and like foundation, like I know some of those foundation people, they're great. They're really good people. And so I know that they build that excitement and help give the confidence to everyone else who might not have been around it as much.
Okay, so having your brother, having Braden help and be around and seeing that example, I think is huge for somebody.
Yeah.
How would you recreate that? Like if Braden and your brother hadn't been around, would you have just done it yourself? Would you have tried to rope somebody in? Would you have tried to get one of your friends?
Yeah, I think maybe it'd be fun to do it with a friend or a sibling or sister-in-law or brother-in-law, right? Like have someone or your spouse.
Yeah.
Right? Like to do it together. Because I felt it was like I didn't have to go. I mean, maybe Tax and Code provides some of that, right? As far as like you could text or ask for help. There's plenty of people you can ask, and right. But I feel like okay, like I had my people. I have you. I have Braden like in the house when we did it.
Cheated a little bit.
A little bit like my safety net, my comfort blanket, right? I had people to ask right away. I got a response of what I wanted to do, but I think that's something that Tax and Code provides pretty well too.
Yeah, Discover's been great for that.
Yeah.
It's been fun to see all the, because we set up a little Discover group for you guys, for all the family and friends and team members, right? Like that was kind of fun to watch, just that Discover.
That felt like that fueled some competitiveness in me too, because you have one employee that I felt really competitive against. Mike.
Was it Mike? Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
A little bit.
So I've never done this before, but I'm really curious. And I've never asked you, I've never asked anybody else. What questions do you have for me?
What's been the biggest surprise starting and running Tax and Code?
That's a good question.
I have another one, so maybe
you have another one? Okay, so if you remember back to the beginnings of Tax and Code, it started during COVID.
Yep.
And it was such a selfish endeavor because before COVID, I fell in love with teaching and educating and sharing my wins and how I had done it. And so when COVID hit and the company that I was contracted with shut down and I couldn't teach anymore.
How do you even scratch that itch?
Yeah, it was like this big hole. And so the investing side for me just at some point just turned into a job. I use that term maybe wrong, but it just turned into what I did, and people think it's crazy, but the checks that come in the mail from tax lien redeeming or rent properties or whatever it is, it's just normal.
Yeah.
And so the excitement is to see everybody else succeed and everybody else win. I mean, you remember those phone calls when we were driving or emails when people would be like, hey, I just bought my first house, or I did this, or I got my first redemption check. We have a student, her name's Alana. And I remember teaching Expo, and she was so excited about her $5.56 check. Like, I'll never forget that because she was so excited, and seeing people get so excited for me. So it was this big selfish endeavor, that I started, but the goal was just a couple webinars and small little classes. And that was the goal, right? Like when we first started and sat down and talked, everything was going to be online, and I was going to teach a class here and there in a webinar. And then it just blew up over the last 5 years. And to see where it's gotten and the amount of people that have come through the doors, the whole Inc. 5000 thing was crazy.
Yeah.
But really just to see this many people doing so well and the success that's coming to our students has just been so exciting to see. So I think that would be the part that was surprising to me. Like tax liens for me was a way to get out of the rental, and that like all of the normal consistent teaching that you hear about passive income and you have to buy rental properties. And I mean, we still have a portfolio of rental properties, but it got me out of that, and it was true passive income. So we can go do whatever we're doing as a family and it still comes in. Yeah. But to see how many other people got excited about it, like it's such a small little niche and such a small little world that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And so to see how many people got excited and to see that fire catch from everybody else has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. You mentioned Alana, but what's one of your other favorite interactions with a student, or like a funny story you can share with us?
I remember sitting at Symposium just this year. We were sitting there and we were talking about, like for me, mindset's such an interesting thing. Because like I've never been a big mindset person. Like I don't go to all of those trainings, and I don't go, most of the books that I read aren't mindset. Like I feel like I'm pretty motivated. I don't need like the rah stuff. Yeah. I'm just more tactical. I'm more strategy. I just like, tell me how to do it and I'll do it. And I'm like, I just need the tools and the steps. And like, I feel like that's just me. And so we're sitting at the Symposium, and there was a question. Somehow, one of these gurus popped up about the mindset guys. And he's like, well, he never made me any money, but I made $1 million after joining Tax and Code. And I remember hearing him say that. And it was the first time that I've heard I made $1 million because of joining Tax and Code. Like I know so many other people are out there. But to hear that, like I have made $1 million since joining Tax and Code because of Tax and Code, was so exciting. Because ultimately, the goal is to put people on a different financial path in it, and we always see the starts, and we see the beginnings of people, and then they start investing, and we hear the first couple stories and the first couple flips, or the first couple tax liens, or the first one, whatever it is. We always see the beginning of the journey, but to hear somebody in 6 months or whatever, I think it was 6 or 9 months it took him to make $1 million, that was exciting.
Yeah, it'll be fun because maybe Discover helps to see later in the process, right? More about the students that you start with.
Well, what a unique experience in 23 years of marriage to sit down and talk. We've never done anything. I don't think we've ever done anything like this. Just sat down for, 30, 45 minutes.
Probably the closest thing to like bring your wife to work day.
And here we are in our house. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That went a ton better than I thought. I think I get to stay married. Huge thank you to my wife, and thank you for watching. So excited to share this journey with everybody. Excited that my family is now involved even more than they've ever been. And so if you're in a spot where you're wanting and hoping that your family, whether it's your spouse or whether it's your kids or whoever it is, share this episode with them, because it's been an incredible journey the last little while. My son jumped in a year ago. My wife and her brother and his wife jumped in just over the last couple months. It's been a fun process to see all of that unfold. Share this video with anybody that you love that you want to join with you.